In a few minutes' time, we will be starting the master parade. We would appreciate if you could turn your mobile to silent mode so as not to distract the proceedings. Thank you. Good morning to our guests of honor, Mr. Alphonsus Gregory, our principal, Mrs. Chua, guests, teachers, and fellow students. Today, the school is celebrating Singapore's 49th National Day. I am Kaishan, and here with me is Samantha, and we are from the right.
To start off this morning's National Day ceremony, the Parade Regimental Sergeant Major, Section Leader Immanuel Hassan, from Condor Sea Scout Troop, will now call upon the supporting contingents formed by the various uniform groups in our school to march in. We will now await the arrival of the guest of honor, Assistant Chief Commissioner West, Mr. Alphonsus Berry. Yes, institutions. Please stand for the arrival of our guest of honor, Assistant Chief Commissioner West, Mr. Alphonsus Berry.
Ahead! Go!
The parade will now welcome Mr. Alphonsus in the military way.
Parade! Over! Volleyball! Over! Let's go! Go!
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as the national flag is brought in.
The national flag was first used as a symbol of statehood in Singapore against self-government from the British in 1959. It was retained as a national flag when Singapore became independent in 1965.
The national flag was first used as a symbol of statehood when Singapore gained self-government from the British in 1959. It was retained as the national flag when Singapore became independent in 1965. We will sing the national anthem as our state flag is being raised. As a mark of respect, please follow the national flag with your eyes as it is being raised. As you observe the national flag, remember what the colors, the crescent, and the stars signify.
Our national flag and our national anthem are symbols of our independence and nationhood. As we sing our national anthem with one voice, we unite as one people, one nation, one Singapore. School, our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Now, the parade commander will invite Mr. Alphonsus Gary to inspect the guard of honor.
part of the NPCC ceremony, we will recite the right connections and response. This narration briefly explains the stages that Singapore went through to achieve independence and nationhood. There was a time, not long ago, when other flags flew in Singapore. The British flag in colonial rule and the Japanese flag in war. There was no freedom, no justice, when our forefathers stepped ashore. Life was a struggle, bitter and hard, and families were hungry and poor. They spoke a dozen different tongues, though their dreams were all the same, but their hopes for a better life were lost when war and invasion came. Response.
They had no rights, they had no say, and they longed to be free one day.
After the war, we called for change, for the right to decide our fate. Some of us wanted democracy, others a communist state. Riots and killings in our streets, years of hate and fear. People said we never survived, as independence drew near. When self-rule came, we took a vote and joined Malaysia merged as one. But our friends disagreed sometimes, and more trouble had soon begun. Response.
Our happiness was not today, until our country could be free.
August 9, 1965, we were out of Malaysia, alone. Against all odds, we had to build a nation of our own. We have come this far by ourselves, one people from many lands. Our forefathers paid the price for us. Now the future is in our hands. This is our home, where we belong, and our flag flies high and free. But let's not take for granted, what we have will always be. Response.
We pledge to keep our nation free, with justice and equality.
Every day, we pledge our loyalty as Singaporeans by placing our right face over our hearts and saying our pledge together. Our national pledge was written by Singapore's first Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. S. Rajaratnam, in 1966, against the backdrop of racial riots in the 1950s and 1960s. Mr. Rajaratnam's inspiration was to build a Singapore we are proud of, while emphasizing unity and multiracial harmony. He believed that language, race, and religion were potentially divisive factors which could be overcome if Singaporeans cared enough about our country. To lead us in the saying of the National Pledge, we have our head prefect, New Boon Kai, together with student representatives from the different CCAs, representatives from teachers, EAS, and canteen vendors, to represent CCKS family in this memorable moment. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we recite the pledge together as one Singapore.
Our pledge, we, the citizens of Singapore, pledge our
Principal, Mrs. Chua, to read the National Day message. Mrs. Chua, please.
A very good morning to all invited guests. I want to extend a special word of thanks to our guest of honor, Assistant Chief Commissioner West, Mr. Alphonsus Gregory, for gracing the occasion this morning. Thank you, sir, for being with us and giving our CCKSS a very meaningful experience as we celebrate our nation's birthday. I also want to thank parents who have taken time off to join us this morning. We are so glad that you have always made time to show your support to your child as well as to our school, and we look forward to seeing you more often. Living out the kampong spirit. Today, we enjoy comforts like clean drinking water at the turn of our taps at home, and return to our safe neighborhoods every day. But without your efforts, this would not have been possible. The theme for our National Day celebrations this year is Our People, Our Home. It is about celebrating our people, people who have contributed and continue to make a difference to others, people whom we want to strive for and come home to. I had the privilege of meeting some of our teachers from the pioneer generation recently. It was their responsibility to their work, the resourcefulness in coming up with creative solutions, and the resilience to see them through that made our nation better. One such individual was Mrs. Amia Biga, who is 100 years old this year. Mrs. Amia Biga told me how she had to supervise the kitchen to ensure that the students had meat for their meals. She also personally supervised the mixing of milk powder, all so that students would have proper nutrition, as many came from undernourished and impoverished homes in those days. Younger Singaporeans have also shown a willingness to make a difference by coming together. Jeff Cheong, together with a group of his friends, through conversations with people from all parts of Singapore, have started a project called Singaporean of Today. This project is about capturing a glimpse of their hopes and futures for Singapore, how they are actively making Singapore a better place. They turn their stories into videos to share with fellow Singaporeans. And these stories inspire fellow Singaporeans to come together as one community and one people. Similarly, I've also seen students in action, sharing and doing their part. I was at the launch of the Keep Singapore Clean movement in Woodgrove Secondary School. I was impressed by the responses from the students when I asked them why is it important to keep their school and neighborhood clean. They mentioned that when the school environment is clean, students will be healthier and enjoy coming to school more. Some also said that this is one way to express love and care for their school, neighborhood, and country. This is why they do their part to clean the school. I'm very encouraged by their responses, and I'm sure many of you in the other schools are doing your part to keep your school clean. The pioneers have led the way through their many contributions. It is now your turn to continue this Singapore story and lead the way for your generation. I put this challenge to you. Be a Singaporean of the day. Use your values in action learning experiences to strengthen the kampong spirit. Will you take up this challenge to do your part for Singapore? What can you do in your class, your school, your neighborhood to make it better? If all of us do our part, then through everyone's efforts, Singapore will truly be the best home for us. I wish all of you a very happy and meaningful National Day. Mr. Heng Swee Keat, our Minister for Education.
National Day Commendation Medal. As Ms. O will be receiving her medal later, we now invite Ms. O to receive her letter of commendation from Mrs. Cha. Ms. O, please.
We are very proud this year that our Head of Department for Mother Tongue Languages have been awarded the National Day Commendation Medal by our President. And it is indeed an honor to see our colleagues being commended for their exemplary service and dedication to education. So once again, let's put our hands together to congratulate Ms. O. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now invite Assistant Chief Commissioner, West, Mr. Alphonsus Gregory, to review the march past. The parade commander will request permission for the march past.
We have now come to the end of the first part of the National Day Observance Ceremony. We would like to extend our deep appreciation to Mr. Alfonso